I'm not late, I'm fashionably late. Typical. Paul Kingswell. You're always bloody moaning about something. I'm late. As if. I truly believe that once you go over 50, you're never late for anything. It's just a miracle if you turn up in time at all. Right, that looks like there are... something. Yep, there's volume and things are happening, and I'm on the YouTubes. Good evening. Hopefully, as always, I've picked a suitable time when everybody's busy doing something more interesting, and I won't get asked what my favourite e-liquid is, what mech mod would I recommend, and do I think that squonking's coming back? I don't know. Hello to everybody that is here live as we record this. It's a Tuesday night, 22nd of August. 1848 as I look at my clock, and I'm just talking mince and trying to think, what am I going to talk about? Because what was this about? The reviews that never happened. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. There's the Queen Mum's here. John Frape. Sorry, that's not right. I can't really say the Queen Mum's here because that's changed. But it's John Frape, who's the Queen Mum of vaping, as far as I'm concerned. What's your favourite e-liquid? I'm not going down. See if I go down the chat route straight away, and we get into the sarcasm and taking the piss, then I'll never get through what I'm supposed to be getting through here. And I never put my phone in silent either. God damn it! Every time. Oh, what's that? What went bing? Oh, something went bing, and I don't know what went bing. Ah, shite. Somebody's found a way of making something going bing, and I don't know what it is. Anyway, right, here we go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. One quick last look at chat. No one. Any word about the D01 by Skunkworks? Bobby, not a clue. Not a clue. What's your perfect Sunday? Sitting on a bench with you, Russell. Just passing the time of day. Right, let's get into this. Now, I'm trying to think how I can say this in my usual diplomatic, polite manner without hoping to offend anybody, which I know is not the fashionable thing to do these days. So, I've been doing this, what, 10, 11 years now I've been doing this. The short and sweet version is that when I started, for the first couple of years, I spent an awful lot of money on buying my own gear for reviewing. And back in those days, there wasn't really many reviewers, and then things kind of changed, and I got sent gear on to review. And as the years have gone by, it's kind of gone just that way. You know, I get more stuff free to review than I actually buy. And I'm in a very lucky position. Very lucky, feeling blessed. No, I am. I'm very lucky, and I know that, and I do appreciate it. And whenever anybody sends anything on to review, then you feel duty bound to actually review it, because it's the right thing to do. Whether you want to do it or not, sometimes it's the right thing to do. However, sometimes things change. You may agree to a bit of gear, but you're asked not to review it. Sometimes it's sent on as a gift. Sometimes it's a prototype. Sometimes it's just sent on so that you'll maybe use it and show it off in a vlog. And sometimes it's from a friend that, or it can be multiple things. But over the years, I've received several bits of gear that I haven't reviewed, because it's fallen into one of those categories, brackets, and so on and so forth. What I'm going to do here is just show you off a few of the things over the past couple of months that I have here, that I've not put them away in a shelf as such. I'm still using them frequently, because there's that part of me that thinks I really need to show them off more, because I got something that somebody put their own blood and sweat and tears into. It cost them money to get it made, to post to me, and for me not to do any more with it just seems like I'm taking the piss, and I don't like that. So I'm going to show you some bits and bobs here that you've probably seen photos of on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, or you've seen in a vlog, and this is me going to show it off for the last time and just put it to bed. And if you have any questions, if you have information on this product, fire in, because a lot of it's not recent or new. So if a narda is alone in the forest, does it still whistle? Yes, definitely. Unless you close it a baw hair, and we all know what that means. Close it a baw hair. That's that. Do you know that's actually one of my, and Dominic never lets this go. Happy birthday, Dominic! Once again, Dominic used to take the piss out of me or extract the urine quite a lot, and then I never actually realised for several years that I used to do this. That when RDAs came out all the time and they were popular, I used to always compare the draw to a Narda, never thinking that there was probably at that moment in time only 50 people in the world that actually had one. So it was the most pointless comparison on a draw. And yes, thank you, Dominic, for always being a pain in my ass. The Vaping Snowman. What a username. What are you? And Caravan Man. You can't call me Caravan Man. I don't have a caravan. I now have a camper van. Yes, it's true. If you don't know, I picked up a caravan, a camper van. Oh, see, he's got these Greenick, the camper van, and yes. Anyway, John Frape, MAO stuff. Funnily enough, my friend. Funnily enough. Quillsbro Baggins, Swaggins, Quill Bros Wagon. Bob. Depends on the wind speed. Is that an Eastern or a European swallow? Is my 5th favourite reviewer. Yes, if you saw the thumbnail for this this vlog, I am the 5th most popular reviewer according to Mo. That's why the banner says that, because there was a little joke that we had earlier on today. Caravan Man, where's it going? Wee ball bag away from. There's one of these reviewer show host type things that he's from Scotland and I can't understand a word that he says. Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! Is it? Oh, my bad for the name. Hello, darling. Oh, sometimes we have a green camper van. I do. Is your van coming right there? Let's the back seats like a blaster's radio. Russell, I think your particular brand of Ouija humour might go over some people's heads here. Thank God. And if you didn't know, Colin Albans is brilliant. More people should be aware of that. Get on with it. Shut up, Andy. You miserable old shite. Right. Are we ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. Did I plug that camera in? We'll soon find out. Right. Here's the first one we're going to talk about. The tech division. Tinny. It's not tiny. I don't care what anybody says. That's not how you spell tiny. That's just some Johnny Foreigner's mistake. God, I hope Milo isn't watching this. I'm running this with Skynet in there just now. Now that's a battery wrap. Now for those that don't know, and here's the short and sweet version. When I went to the Hall of Vape, one of the best things about the Hall of Vape was actually meeting Milo from Tech Division for the first time. Spoken to him for years, since I reviewed the Minion, the very first Minion that he did, and he handed me this over. Now, when he handed it over, it was under the stipulations were that this was a prototype, not to review it, because it was a prototype and a production one would come down the line. Now that never happened, and that's fine and dandy as far as I'm concerned, because shit happens. I don't expect anything from anybody. Anything that I do get, I'm very grateful for. If things don't materialise down the line, then I'm not paying for it, so who am I to complain? It's that simple. I obviously did a lot of showing off of this in vlogs, Instagram, Facebook groups, and all the rest of it. And I know Sam at Bogan got a production one eventually, and he got a review up for it, and it's a very, very good review. If you don't mind watching reviews by small people that can't help swearing from down under, then yeah, go watch his video, because it's actually a very, very good video. This is one of my favourite little borrow mods from the year, not just because Milo made it. I'm a bit of a Tech Division fanboy, let's face facts here. I have most of his mods. It's just bloody good. It's just bloody good. The thing about it, that, and hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn here. Milo, if you do see this, I apologise. I don't know. I've never asked you, mate, and I know I could ask you any time if I always feel kind of bad about this one, but not bad. No, that's the wrong words that I'm using. I think this is the. I think Tech Division should be up here. I think Milo's a very, very clever guy, and he deserves more success than I see that he has in the vape game. I'm not saying he's not successful, but from what I see, I think he deserves more. And I think this was the mod that was going to, was just going to go crazy for him. And I don't know how many he's making, but it doesn't seem to be making many of them. And I know a lot of people want these, and I wish he was making more. But I don't know what's going on in his life, and it's none of my business. It's his business. But I just wish that more people were able to get their hands on this. If you don't know, sorry, and I should show you. If you don't know, if you haven't seen Sam's video, then you've got the 3D printed. This was white, but I've actually coloured it in with a Sharpie. don't judge me, because the 3D print, because it was a prototype, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was the best of filament, so it got dirty so quickly, and because I vape custard, yeah, issues. 3D print, this is carbon fibre panels. This is what gives it its rigidity, these carbon fibre panels. You've got the Amiga chipset, 60 watt if I remember correctly. Sam shows the board off in his video. I also showed the board off when I did the review for the Proxima. The Proxima, I'm pretty sure it's the Proxima. I might be wrong. And it's, I mean, just to give you, hang on, just to give you a comparison. Can I find it? Can I get a mod to do a comparison with? I don't. Do I have? Shit, arse, boom. Here we go. There's a. Oh no, that's not a fair one. That's not a fair comparison. Here we go. We've got another one here. This isn't really a fair comparison, but that's a C-bot, and you get an idea of the size there. Obviously, this has got an exposed battery, but it's tiny. It's tinny. Anyway, that's. Can you show it against the 38? Well, the 38 is 21700, so that's not really a fair comparison. That's a 21700. But since you asked so nicely, I have just done. Destroy. It's probably never made a production. Well, it did go into production. Destroy. I've covered that. What's Amiga chip? The Amiga chip was the same people that did the bomber. MOSFET. Find something no one else owns. Can you show it? Can you show one button regulate chip? Blah blah blah. Plus one John. Based on jump. Right. Anyway, so there we go. That is the last time that I will go on about this in a vlog, or a blog, or a video. And can I just say that the Skynet is bloody awesome. I love my Skynet. I really do. Right. Pop that there. Actually, I'll tell you, Breeze Tones, that's a nice segue into the next one that I'm going to show you. Now, Charles at BMM Boxmod Mafia sent me a gift. He specifically asked me not to review it, and so it was just 100% a gift. And I sound like a broken record, but yeah, I don't take this shit for granted. It's a gift, and I'm very, very lucky. I know that. So I did get this sent on. Now I got this 4 days ago, I think. 4 days. Let's do a little close up. It's not a review. It's a close up. This is a 21700 3D printed borrow mod. In there just now, I am actually running the KB2 by Mission. And a DNA 60 comes with a USB, screens in the bottom. It's a 38 special is this model, and as far as 217, it's small. It's small for a 20. I mean, just to give a comparison, that's a Wicket Borrow mod, and that's an 18650. 21700. Obviously, the wood's going to be thicker, hence it's a bigger mod, but it's just a reference point if you like. Give you another quick comparison, maybe a fairer comparison. Hang on. Art and Mod, I did the review for that. That's another 21700. Right, there you go. Can you show breeze tones? You can get pumped. Now, here's the thing. This is always a stick. This is always the bit that is hard, because I've been asked not to review it. I'm not going to review it. I'm just going to say that it's a 3D printed mod at the end of the day. The 3D print on this is very, very good. It's very good. It's up there with some of the best 3D prints I've ever seen. I like what he's done with the connection point on it. The fact it's adjustable. The click that the door makes is the best that I've come across. It's not loose or... it's bang on. Also, the pricing on his gear is very, very reasonable. Very reasonable if you compare it to some other 3D printed mods that are on the market. I was quite surprised how fair the pricing is on these. Now, I know that they get flipped for silly money, and people are paying well over the odds for them. I think up to $1,000 and whatnot, and that's the anniversary print that's on there just now. On that one, as far as it being a nice mod, I will say that I think when you're buying these, it's got one of these, as far as I can see, and I know there's people here that will know more about these mods and channels than I do. In the group, in the Facebook group, it's very much like what I would call an old school owners club. Like, it reminds me of the the old Golden Greek and Hellfire groups, you know, the NAR group. Like, folk are, you know, rabid, rabid fanboys, and I totally get it. I totally get it. His customer service seems to be second to none in there, and he's got a massive following, and I totally get it. I didn't get it at first, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Kind of show it against a billet box. I don't own a billet box. You know that I sold my last billet box ages ago, and I vowed I would never buy another Rev 4. I've had so many of them. I'm not buying any more, because I'm not buying another billet box until I see them doing something different. I think they've been resting on their laurels for far too long. Against the Delro. Delro's a 21700. It's not a Are you taking the piss now? I never know. Is that against the Delro? Is that the D650? Or is that the LiPo one you want a comparison against? You have to be more specific. It's a weird one. The finish on it, it's very seldom you get a lot of 3D prints, and they have that, like, you know, that 120 grit, 200 grit feeling to them, the roughness. But the finishing on this is buttery smooth. It really is, and I like it. How do you get one? You only get one if you get into the Facebook group. and to get into the Facebook group, I think you have to be vouched in, or they don't let a lot of people into that group, and even then you have to join a list, and then you can wait 6-7 months before your mod is made, type thing. It's not a fast process, but people join and people wait, and yeah. BMs are my workhorses. My November 20 has a couple of 100,000 puffs. It's still kicking. Yeah, they seem to go on forever. Insular like TVL. Bob, never had my... Oh, Bob! You're my favourite clown. You know that. Friends will say it's a high quality mod with exceptional customer service, and that wins our support. Totally get it. Totally get it. But how did I get in? Charles invited me in. I don't blame BB keeping it the same. Paul, I don't disagree with you. I think there's just... It's been around a long time, and they've not really changed it at all. And the problem is there's inherent problems with a billet box that everybody that's owned a billet box knows about. There's just certain things that you would think they would tweak. That's my point, is that I just think they should... Yeah. Anyway, that's by the by. Dominic Pelosi's here. Thank God. I can keep going. Quilly, Facebook is a waste of effort. Mate, I'm going to be very blunt, because you could dance around this subject all day long, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just maybe giving a different point of view, which is, yeah, kind of blunt. If you don't want to play the game to get one of these mods, go and buy something else. There's 1,000 devices on the market, and there's many of them are very good and very easy to get a hold of. They may be more mass produced, and go buy one of them. If you have to go through a certain process to play the game to get one of these, that's it. That's just something that comes as part and parcel of getting one of these products. And that applies to a lot of things. You can look at it from different points of view. I know there's arguments against it, for it, and I'm not going to get into all of that. But my advice would just be, yeah, if you don't want to play the game in that way, then move on. Don't let it bother you. Andy Harrison, my BB is broke. I know a man that loves fixing them. There's shrimp is a psyop. What the fuck? Where? Thank you for watching and putting up with it all these years. Anyway, that's a BMM 38 Spatial from Charles. I'm in a very lucky position. Once again, I know it. I'm very grateful for it. And if you do manage to get a hold of one, if you manage to get a hold of one of these at retail or through the group, and then, yeah, I don't think you would be disappointed. And that's what I'm vaping on. So I'm going to keep that there. Andy Harrison, not Nigel. Nigel's different though. And don't give me that shite about Nigel not keeping you waiting. I waited 2 years for this, so So don't make out like he's the bloody Virgin Mary. He's 2 years, and it was worth it. It was worth it. And I love the grumpy old fart dearly for it. Pioneer 1.5 on the Tomahawk. Excellent setup. Excellent setup. Savage Simon, 'tis me. I'm very, very special. I'm very special. Right, next. What do you want? Do you want another borrow mod, or would you like a mech mod? Oh, pardon me. Craig, I'm curious, but see when you type, and there's Kenny as well. Oh, for feck's sake. Do you pair type in a really broad Scottish accent? I'm curious. Hi Dan. Right, I've got to stop taking the piss out of my fellow Scotsmen. That's not right. Psychological operation. I know what psyop is. Joke being that shrimp is some sort of conspiracy. Else funny because I go by shrimp online. Gotcha. I follow that. I follow that. A mech borrow. No. Breeze tones. I'll tell you what. We're actually going to. We're going to satisfy both of your requests. So, excuse me. This is the mod that I got from Fee, who is a darling of a man. Oh, I've got lip gunk in that. Oh, quick, rub it off. Ah, don't look at that. These were sent on. This fell into the category of the agreement was that I was never going to review it. It was never going to be a review. It was something that was going to come in. I was going to show it off in a few vlogs, do a few Instagram posts, and that was the agreement. Now I know a lot of people knew that I had this and they were expecting a review, but that was not the deal, because of reasons. It was nothing to do with Fiat GG store. It's just an old. Yeah, we'll say no more on that one. So that's why you never saw a review for it, is because of that. That was the agreement. It's a beautiful mod. It's an absolutely beautiful mod. I do wish, as much as I like this, I do think that and these were limited, very limited. I think the finishing on them was not 100%. I think they could have been a little bit better on the finishing, but this sits on a shelf right beside me, and you can see there's juice in it, and it does get used. What's the O-ring count? It's wild to see a tube these days. The switch. The Caspadina. I have a Caspadina here once again. It's got juice in it. I've been using it. I was actually using it the other day. I'll not lie. I mean, and once again, I know Fee won't see this, but it's a beautiful setup. It's just gorgeous. I mean, GG Golden Greek Gear was what really got me into the hobby. I mean, I used to sit and watch I Getcha 69 videos and Phil Basardo videos. You know, Scott breaking down a GG UFS, and thinking that this is the most awesome thing in the world. And they weren't the first rebuildables or mechs that I owned, but I mean, a Sunday used to consist of breaking down all your Golden Greek gear, cleaning the springs, cleaning the O-rings and polishing it all up. That used to be, yeah, a long time ago now. He's absolutely bonkers. He's raving mad. He's a lunatic of a man. But he still makes exceptional RTAs that give off great flavour. Never take that away from him. That juice has been in there since before lockdown. Oh, Miguel, you're a bit behind. I'm hand on heart. I'm not bothered in the slightest about getting a retail tinny, and I'll say here now what and why. There comes a point when, right, maybe this isn't something I should discuss. Fuck it, why not? So, this tinny that I got off of Milo, okay? And as I said, production one never happened for quite some time. There's been another review from a far bigger reviewer than me, and it's out there. For me personally, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if me reviewing it actually brings anything more to the game for the producer of the device. And as much as I would like to sit here with my hands out and go, yeah, give me a brand new one, production one, free, that'd be I'm your man. No, it doesn't sit right with me because I don't need it. I've got a production one that works, a pre-prod one that works great, and I don't think that me reviewing it now will add anything more or get them any more sales or anything like that. It doesn't need it doesn't need anything. So I'm not bothered. It's something I don't need. Yeah, I'll shut up. I'll move on. I'm talking too much. I need another vape. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you very much. Right. Next. We've done that. I'll put that there. Here's another borrow mod. We're just skipping on the GG stuff, okay? Listen, voltage drop didn't matter when we were vaping 1.8 ohm coils and higher, 2 ohm coils. Who cared about voltage drop? You're just a shit stirrer frape, you know that. Okay. The Locus by Hussar. This was a gift from a young man, Matthias. He gave this to me at the Hall of Vape. I did not get this for the purposes of a review. It was just something that was given to me. Now, this belonged to Matthias. This is the one that Matthias used himself. And he knew that I really liked the clone trooper. Oh shit, words gone out my head. He really knew that I liked the clone trooper thing and whatnot. So he gave me this. So this is the DLC up the top, and we've got the Monarchy branding on it, which isn't my favourite thing, I must admit. No offence to Jacek, but when I got this, I'll be completely honest, I really didn't like this mod. I really didn't like it. When I got it in my hand, it just didn't. It just didn't gel with it. A lot of the guys that I was with at the Hall of Vape, it passed through lots of people's hands and they all cast opinions on it. Many of them loved it, and many of them didn't like it. It was kind of a 50-50 thing. I wasn't a fan of the exposed battery on. I don't see that there's no point to having it, open. It's not reducing the size of the mod at all. And I would, yeah, that the all the different materials, and it just didn't work. Now, several months later, I really like using this mod. That's the thing. Once you live with something and you use it, and that's the dangerous thing from a review, is that most of my reviews are done after a week, maybe 2 weeks tops. There is a period of time after that. You really have to live with something for a long, months, before you can really give the best feedback on it. There's things I just really like. Now, this was this retail was bloody expensive. There's certain things I'm not a fan of about. I still don't, to this day, I don't like this high pin contact here, because if I use this, for example, that gap there absolutely does my head in. It really does. Now, it does look better, in fairness, with something like this. But you've still got the gaps there, and you've still got you've got a large gap up the top. So that's something I'm still not a fan of. You really have to pick your borrow tank to go in here, to make it look its best. But I will say, and 100% honesty, it's an extremely comfortable mod to hold. The firing button's in a bloody great location. It's actually very well screwed together, and obviously for those of you that know, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you will know, is that what's the name of the mod that they've just put the list up for not long ago? They've just released it. It's basically this, but with a unibody instead of the split, and it's, I think is it Delrin? It's a Delrin, but a full Delrin body. I think it's Delrin, and it's going to be much cheaper as well. I know they're coming out with that very soon. Matthew loves his. Sorry, I'm missing chat. You're cursing more than usual. Did your parents also stop watching your videos? Oh no. I'm sorry, Mum. Didn't mean to swear. I'm using the Hussar mods. It deserves. It's scratched. It's scratched up a lot, and there's bits of wear and tear down the bottom here, and it wasn't given to me for review. But that's me giving my honest viewpoint on it now, and also it's a done deal now. They're not making any more, so there we go. Milo, I'll drop you a message later on, mate. I'll drop you a message later on. I can't actually see chat for some reason. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Have you noticed that the drops have stopped? It's been weeks since the last drop. I don't like commenting on other. I have no issue commenting on hardware I have here. That is my role, is to review the hardware. Commenting on how people are running their business and how it's not something that I really like doing. Believe me, I can, and I could go to town on a lot of things, but I choose not to, because yeah. The only thing I'll say is I wish that Matthias would concentrate on one feckin' thing. That's not a swear, feckin'. One feckin' thing at a time. That's all I would say. He's just... he can't help himself. He's unbelievable. He's brilliant. I like Matthias a lot. A lot of time for him. Oh, Miriam with the hat. Milady, I'm honoured that I am in your presence. I think Miriam was Miriam was one of the first people when I was in the land of vaping that ripped me a new one. She holds that honour. I learnt to my expense many years ago that you do not get into a heated discussion with Miriam. If you do, be prepared to lose, and not lose gracefully. You will have a beating of the highest proportion. She knows I love her. Right, the lower. That was it. Is that the lower or? Yeah. Anyway. Portugal. Retro review and Mariam is here scrolling. I think you use a king bow in the locus. I've got a king bow here that I am. Where is it? Where's my... I was vaping on too much. Oh, my king bow's in the tinny. Yeah, I knew it was there. Cemetery Gates. Anybody else here tired of the disposable game horseshit? No, I don't give a shit about it. We're here to talk about all things nice and pretty. If we don't talk about it and ignore it, it can't bother you. Destroy, I'm talking about the Psycho mod, Mark. Oh, sorry, my apologies. This isn't VT UK. VT UK. Who's that? That's just a bunch of weirdos. That isn't it? ADHD is a real problem for many people. True. We were having our own conversation. Love a bit of a rant. You distracted me. Right. I've not got much left to go. This was only supposed to take 10 minutes and I've been on the go for 50 minutes already. No, we've done that. We don't do that. I don't... Shut that down. Right, no, stop posting on my Facebook page, whoever it is. Now, I did show this off in a vlog, but it's something I want to come back to because we've got a run. Owning a shop does have its drawbacks. Mr. Gates, I worked in a vape shop for several years. I feel your pain. Trust me. Anyway, fuck. I gotta ignore chat. Here we go. Right. This was a present that I got from a lovely man called Mr. Tim Lees. You can find him in a Facebook group that you can get into without any problems called Born in the Man Cave. Now, Tim is a tinkerer, not a tinker, a tinkerer of the highest order, and I've seen him from when he made his very first squonker, a 3D printed one, to doing stuff like this. I showed this off in a vlog already. These were other doors that he did for me. this whole presentation, if you don't remember, this is a puzzle box that he made just to drive me absolutely insane. Can I get in it? No. No. It's not going to let me in. Oh, one side. Oh, you bugger. See, feck it. Yeah, this was in here. Listen, it's a little Rosewood squonker. Okay, that's all it is. It's got a Modmaker 510. It's a tiny wee thing, and it's my favourite kind of mech squonker. It's obviously called the Rosewood, and I've changed the bottle out. It actually had a Modmaker bottle in it. The only thing I found, and Tim, if you see this, I don't know if you'll see this, mate. Clean your lens or fix the white balance. Get pumped. Sorry, that's my standard response when people tell me to do something about my camera. I really don't care. If you haven't figured that out by now, then I can't help you. Yeah, what was happening was, because the Modmaker bottle is actually metal up the top, when I was pushing this, this actually sat up higher, and it was actually causing the metal collar from the Modmaker bottle to squish and actually be touching the battery, and I wasn't really happy about that. So I changed the bottle out, and I've been using that. But obviously a Modmaker 510, I've no issues with that. Listen, this was a gift. So I'm over the moon with it. I've adjusted the throw on it a little bit. I've put a little bit of tape behind the button there, just so I've got a bit of a shallower throw, which you can also always do with a mech squonker. But what I really like is if you go to, where are we? Yeah. If you like, head along to Tim's Facebook group. What I like is that Tim puts up loads of videos. He's got tons of videos of him showing his actual process. And I absolutely love that. It's the one thing. It's the one thing I think a lot of companies should do more of. I want to see how you make a mod. If I'm going to be paying you €500 for a device, I would really like to know how you make it. I would love to see the factory that you make it in, and how much hand finishing goes into it, and all that kind of stuff. It makes the device more appealing to me, and that's what I like about Tim and Tim's gear. This is a plug for a mate. Go and check out Born in the Man Cave. If you don't, I'll come haunt you. Trust me. Anyway, gives provenance. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Breeze. It does. Let's try to open the puzzle box. No, I'm not trying to open it again. Yeah, they would run the risk of seeing a little Chinese kid working on the gear in the background. Racist. I haven't got the soundboard here. I wish to God I did. I really do wish to God I did. Anyway, we're almost done. Let's just. I've shown you this loads of times as well, but it's another one from the Hall of Vape. that I have not stopped using. It is not gone on a shelf. It has been out with a battery in it, getting used most of the time, and that's from Garage Mods. I've told you the story. It was the last day, Hall of Vape. Everybody was closing up and gone or whatnot. Himself was still there. I went over, we chatted away, showed me photos of his setup and all the rest of it, and then he said, you can pick whatever you want. I picked this one. This was actually more of a prototype than a finished one, and that's why I've not reviewed it, because it's not really what you would call a production one. But I have such a soft spot in my heart for this mod. I don't know why. I think it's just knowing. He's one of these guys that's showing his workshop and how he works in mods, and he was just so passionate about what he's doing. And also, it's got a really big button on it, and that just makes me happy. I mean, I'm not a fan of the buttons here, don't get me wrong, and these little, I've never been a fan of these buttons, but I still love the mod. And Garage Mods, go check him out on Facebook. He does some beautiful gear, and some would say he does gear that's far, far nicer than this, more current, if you like, but I like this one. I likes what I like. I likes what I like. I like the Can you it just make sense to anybody? I like that it's just honest. I don't know what does that make any sense? It's just, and I don't know if I'm taking away from the mod. It's just, it's not flashy in your face. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. It's just beautifully finished natural wood and with a big button, and that does me. I'll shut up. What a go on, Brens. There's Mr. Elliot. Paul Paulson. Don't be taking the piss out of me now. Tom. Something like that. I really this, I don't know how he did it. Well, I do know how he did it, but it's, and I'm going to do this. Tim, I'm so sorry, Tim. Don't hate me for doing this, Tim. But here we go. 18650 Dicodes board, squonker, mechanical. How crazy is that? This is so small. It's just a lovely little squonker. It really is. Yes. And that's it. That's all I've got for you. Unless there's anything you have to ask, if there's anything you want to know about any of the reviews that I've done recently, fire away. Now is your time to, oh please God, just let it be. One person, there's got to be, there's 94 people here apparently. One of you has to have a serious question. One of you. God, what's that called? It's a sub monkey. A sub monkey is the name of the mod company, and it's the MK60. Is the, some good looking guy in a shed did a review for it. Sub monkey. Mo, the new sub monkey. Now, was it Mick that had one in Shrewsbury? It's not as nice. In the hand, it's taller and wider, and it just didn't feel as, it wasn't as ooh as its wee brother. It's still nice, but it just didn't, I don't know. Anyway, Miriam's still going. Oh my god. Simple devices have a special place in my heart. Helps with form factor too. Absolutely. Garage mods in Greece. Seriously, what happened there is like setup for music with vape gear. Greece is just awesome. Ask Miriam. She'll tell you. Can't believe you're doing this to term. Favourite juice. The full custard. Can we end in a song? Thoughts on 5mm airpins. There's so much piss taking going on here. Breeze Tones, I've missed your... Oh, did I just... Where's TJ? TJ is in the house. When is the KB2 review? It'll be early next week. I'm going to say... There's one thing that's really bugging me about the KB2, and it's, I've rebuilt it in the past 24 hours 3 times. It's just each time, and I've got good snips. They're not shit, shall we say. And every time I cut those leads, I get a screwdriver. I make sure that I've got the leg poked in. I run my thumb round it, and every bloody time I put the cap on, I get a short. And it's because there's a tiny... It's just... I wish there was more of a recess so you could get your snips in and cut the wire back from the outside edge of the Atty. That's the one thing that's bugging me about it. Flavour, superb. It's very, very good. It's as good as any RBA I've come across, to be fair. The 4.2 pin in a dot is insane. Getting that much air through a dot mod. Yeah, that's how it's been going so far. Have you enjoyed the holiday? My question. Milo, mate, between you and me, my head has been on holiday for 4 months now, and I wish it would get back in track. Normality shall be resumed shortly, I hope. Mick, it was Mick, yeah. Clears throat. Can you recommend your 2 favourite borrow mods and do a comparison between both? No. Catch you later, Andy. Use round wire knob. I did. I was using round wire. When I did my live, I was using round wire. That was was it? Oh, it was a 0.4 ohm round wire build. I was thinking of getting the dot stick Revo, but can't find the RBA they have for it. Don't know that one. If you catch somebody throwing away a disposable, you don't treat them any different to as if they're throwing away rubbish of any other kind. Call them a fanny. That's it. Destroyer, I was going to ask you actually, I'm thinking of buying it, I wasn't sure. I love the Orbit, use it every day for a favourite borrow tank. It's not, my preference for borrow tanks is the snail tanks and the limelight tanks. I hate with a passion using the standard borrow tanks. They're just invented by the devil. Having to drain your tank to access your build and take bits out is just... 2023. We shouldn't be doing that shit anymore. We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. You didn't do a mesh build, as you said. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you could stick to one RBA, what one? As always, I can't answer that question fairly. I can't answer that fairly because my own personal friendships do come into what gear I keep for my own use. If you give me two RBAs or two devices that are equally as good, then I will keep the one that was made by somebody that I've known for 11 years versus somebody else that I don't know. So that's why I never do favourites. I never talk about what's my favourite because it's that's a cop out. That's a bit of a cop out, I suppose, but I'm being honest. There's Mike from Lake Charles. Forgot here. Somebody says, I only use aluminium borrow tanks. Why? Please do tell me why. Tell me why. Jimmy Somerville. Sorry. Pick up a range of pins. Hussar STM because the Hussar STM is very good as well. The real answer is Skynet. Vasily is one of my. I love the guy to bits. I really do. My ESG gear is. I have lots of very, very posh ESG gear with limited runs, prototypes and things like that, and yeah, I love them. Local hero. That's what I was going to do tonight. Thank you for reminding me, Dominic. I'm going to go because no, it wasn't Jimmy Somerville that got it. It wasn't. Oh no, Tainted Love, Soft Cell, Mark Almond. See, no, we're not going down that route. Stop. I've broken too many tanks trying to tighten flush nut. Haven't had a problem, for instance, switching it. If you're tightening your flush nut enough to crack tanks, you're doing something wrong. I know that's a bit of a shit thing to say, but I've never cracked a tank in my years of using tanks by screwing down. I've not cracked any tanks. I have broken mods. I've broken a couple of mods. Right. Listen, guys, thank you very, very much for. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the people with the devices that I've shown off here. I've given you all Facebook groups and stuff like that, and I think I've done. I hope I've done right by the people that have sent me gear on. It is something that does eat at the back of my head sometimes. Destroying Tom. I'm going to say that. I mean, the KB2 is, as you say, it's very. Yeah, it's bang on with the M2, I would say. But that 4.3mm pin, wow, it's pretty crazy. Right, we've done an hour and 12 minutes. Go away and do something more interesting instead. I will find the end stream button. I've nothing else for you.